Why would a narcissist imitate you? Do they really want to steal your life? Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well, and if you're new here, welcome. Today, we are diving into a fascinating and somewhat unsettling topic. Why would a narcissist imitate you? If you've ever been in a situation where someone seems to mirror your behavior, copy your personality, or even adopt your interests, and you suspect they might have narcissistic traits, this video is for you. It might feel creepy, or even like they're trying to steal your life. So, if you've ever wondered what's going on in their mind when they start mimicking you, stick around. We're going to break it down and get to the bottom of it. When dealing with a narcissist, you might notice some very confusing behaviors. At first, they can seem like the perfect match or friend. They share your interests, reflect your values, and seem to have a lot in common with you. But over time, it might start to feel less like a coincidence and more like a deliberate effort to mimic or imitate you. This behavior, while unsettling, is a tactic narcissists often use for several reasons. It might not be obvious at first, but once you recognize the pattern, it becomes clear that their imitation is not about admiration, but control and manipulation. Narcissists are often deeply insecure, despite the facade of confidence they project. They tend to lack a solid sense of self, so they look for ways to build one through the people around them. When they meet someone like you, someone they see as valuable, successful, or admired, they latch onto your traits because they want to absorb what makes you unique. Imitation is one of their ways of doing this. It allows them to project an image of themselves that is more appealing or powerful, but it's not rooted in who they really are. At the beginning of a relationship, whether it's romantic, friendly, or professional, a narcissist may engage in something called mirroring. This is where they copy your behaviors, interests, and even your mannerisms. If you like a particular hobby, suddenly they do too. If you have a specific way of speaking or dressing, they may start to adopt it. You might feel flattered at first, thinking that you have so much in common or that they deeply admire you. But mirroring is often a calculated move by the narcissist to bond with you quickly and gain your trust. They know that people feel more comfortable around those who are similar to them, so by imitating you, they make themselves seem like the perfect match or friend. However, this mirroring behavior is not genuine. It's not about truly sharing your passions or understanding who you are. Instead, it's a way for the narcissist to gain your admiration and, more importantly, your control. By reflecting your personality back to you, they can make you feel like you found someone who truly understands you. In reality, they are using your own identity as a tool to manipulate you. The narcissist doesn't really want to be you. They want to control you. Imitating you is their way of getting under your skin and making you believe they are on the same wavelength. One of the reasons narcissists engage in this imitation is because they are envious of you. While they may seem confident on the surface, narcissists often struggle with deep-rooted insecurities. When they encounter someone who possesses qualities they admire, whether it's confidence, kindness, intelligence, or even just the way you carry yourself, they may feel an intense sense of envy. But instead of acknowledging this envy or working on themselves, they choose to steal those qualities by imitating you. It's a way for them to boost their own self-esteem without doing the work of developing their own identity. But is it really about them wanting to steal your life? Well, in a sense, yes. When a narcissist imitates you, they are trying to take on aspects of your identity because they feel inadequate in their own. They see you as someone worth imitating, not because they admire you in a healthy way, but because they want to possess what makes you unique. Narcissists tend to view relationships in transactional terms. What can they gain from this person? If you have qualities they desire, they will try to absorb those qualities into their own persona. But this is not sustainable. Eventually, the cracks in their facade will start to show. As the relationship progresses, the narcissist's imitation can become more overt and troubling. You might notice that they are not just adopting your interests or hobbies, but they are actively trying to outshine you in those areas. For example, if you're known for being good at a particular skill, they might start copying that skill, and then try to present themselves as even better at it than you are. This is where the narcissist's competitiveness comes into play. Imitation for them is not just about aligning themselves with you, but also about trying to surpass you. They want to feel superior, and if they can beat you at your own game, it feeds their need for validation. This behavior can make you feel like you're in constant competition with them, even though they initially seemed so supportive and aligned with your interests. The narcissist's goal is to diminish your sense of self by taking on your identity and then outperforming you in it. This creates a power dynamic where they are always in control, and you are left questioning your own worth. Another reason narcissists imitate others is that they lack a strong sense of self. Narcissists often have a fragile ego and a poorly developed identity. They are not comfortable in their own skin, so they look for people to emulate. This is why you might notice that a narcissist doesn't just imitate you. They may imitate several people in their life, taking on different personas depending on who they are around. It's almost like they are shape-shifting, trying to find an identity that makes them feel secure and powerful. But because this identity is based on imitation, it's always unstable. This is why narcissists often seem inconsistent or even confusing in their behavior. They are constantly shifting between personas, depending on who they are trying to manipulate or impress at the time. In addition to their envy and lack of identity, narcissists imitate others as a way to control the narrative. By copying you and presenting themselves as similar to you, they can manipulate how others perceive both you and them. If they manage to convince others that they share your qualities, they can undermine your reputation while elevating their own. This is especially common in situations where the narcissist is trying to gain influence, whether it's in a social circle, at work, or even within a family. By presenting themselves as a reflection of you, they blur the lines between your identity and theirs, making it harder for others to see their true nature. One of the most disturbing aspects of narcissistic imitation is that it can feel like they are trying to erase you. Because narcissists are so focused on control and manipulation, they often try to diminish the sense of individuality in the people around them. By imitating you, they are not just copying your behavior. They are absorbing your identity to the point where it feels like they are trying to become you. This can be incredibly unsettling, especially if you've spent a lot of time with the narcissist and start to feel like you're losing your own sense of self. It's a form of psychological manipulation that can leave you feeling confused, anxious, and unsure of who you really are. So, how do you deal with a narcissist who is imitating you? The first step is recognizing the behavior for what it is: manipulation. It's important to understand that the narcissist is not copying you because they admire you in a healthy way. They are imitating you as a means of control, to boost their own self-esteem, and to compete with you. Once you recognize this pattern, it becomes easier to detach emotionally from their behavior. Setting boundaries is key when dealing with a narcissist, especially one who is imitating you. If you notice that they are copying your interests, behaviors, or even your style, you don't need to confront them directly, as this may lead to defensiveness or escalation. Instead, focus on protecting your own sense of self. Continue to engage in the activities that bring you joy and fulfillment, but don't feel the need to compete with them. Narcissists thrive on competition and validation, So the less you engage with their games, the less power they have over you. It can also be helpful to distance yourself from the narcissist if possible. The less access they have to your life, the harder it will be for them to imitate you. Narcissists often rely on close proximity to their targets in order to observe and copy their behavior, so creating physical or emotional distance can reduce their ability to continue this pattern. This might mean limiting your interactions with them or even cutting ties if their behavior becomes too toxic. Lastly, it's important to rebuild your own sense of identity after dealing with a narcissist. Their imitation and manipulation can leave you feeling drained and unsure of yourself, so take the time to reconnect with who you are outside of their influence. Spend time with people who uplift and support you, engage in activities that bring you joy, and remind yourself that your identity is your own. No matter how much a narcissist tries to imitate or steal from you, they can never truly take away who you are. Alright, everyone, that brings us to the end of today's discussion. I hope this video has shed some light on why narcissists imitate others and how you can protect yourself from their manipulative behavior. If you've ever dealt with a narcissist who copied your life, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your experiences. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a future